In the astrology of January 15th, we have some very powerful energy today as Saturn is in an octile with the North Node. And what this represents is essentially reaping what you sow. So if you've noticed that in the last 6 months, you've put in all this diligent work, you've followed your responsibilities, you've done the seen work and the unseen behind the scenes, investment as well. And you're just not seeing any kind of payout, and you're wondering, like, why do I feel so guided to do this if it feels like the universe is in no way, shape, or form trying to reward what it is that I'm doing? Am I actually doing the right thing? It feels so clearly that I am. So any of this that's happening right now, especially with Saturn Pisces and this particular octile with the North Node, this is a time where you are now going to be reaping what you sow to some degree. That doesn't mean that the project is all finished or that you just sort of get a reward and then you can just walk off into the sunset. At the same time, there is some type of mile marker that that we're all going to experience if we've been putting in diligent hard work towards whatever life path, career path, or project this represents. So for Aries, for example, or for Pisces, this is going to be pretty literal. For you guys, this sort of payout in a way is probably going to be a situation where in the last 6 months you've invested in yourself, you've put in this hard work towards yourself, and then it pays off in some type of financial sense. For Aries, however, this is going to be something a little bit more metaphorical. This might be that, in a way you've overcome certain things that used to hold you back. And so now you feel a sense of freedom. And this is more of, it's something that you experience that it's almost like the reward is letting something go, and it's almost not as though you've gained something, but you've lost some of the things that have subtracted energy away from you for a long time. For Taurus, this energy is going to manifest a bit differently. This is going to be almost like the reward is some type of ending. It's some type of chapter in your life that's being closed. And the process that led to that was, of course, your friendships, being able to lean on your friendships a bit more, being able to listen to other people's perspectives a little bit more. For Gemini, this energy is, in a lot of ways, it's about the reward or the, what it is that you're about to reap represents that, there's other people that understand you, can connect with you, are in some way or shape or form on your team. And it's because of the long-standing diligent work that you've done over time. So people, the reward here almost being, people's recognition after you've put in such long-term studious work towards something, or you've spent a lot of time learning something. For Cancer, this is going to be, in a lot of ways, the reward is probably going to be in some type of, basically a bigger opportunity with even more responsibility. But the way that you did that was by believing in yourself. So, for example, this reward might represent that you've been working at this company, you've been unrecognized, you finally get this major promotion that you've always wanted, and it was from believing in yourself. But of course, this major promotion comes with new learning curves, new difficulties, new things you have to keep in mind, and it is progress, and it is what you wanted, but at the same time, it's going to be really intense, and Saturn isn't going to let you forget that necessarily. For Leo, this is about almost getting like the reward here is about the, almost like the reward is the adventure in a way, but the reward is a different way of looking at yourself by being able to look at yourself as more mature. But specifically because you've been able to overcome this part of you that might have wanted to rebel against certain authoritarian powers in your life, and instead of rebelling against it, you found a way to work with it, or you found a way to kind of stand your ground. Maybe you ended up standing in opposition to all that, but at the same time, the reward is, of course, a certain level of belief in yourself. And basically, you were willing to use your internal power against a force that was in some way greater than you. And because of that, now you have a different sense of self, like an entirely different sense of belief in yourself. For Virgo, this is going to be very much like The reward here is some type of inner power finally coming to the surface, but you did it by facing off in a relationship. And so whether this be a romantic relationship, which it most likely is, or whether it be a friendship, there was some kind of standoff you had with someone you love that normally you would concede to, you'd sort of bow your head to, but something changed in you and you said, no, I'm going to actually stand up for what it is that I believe in, and I'm going to do so because I know it's right. And you have a certain sense of inner power that is now emanating from you, and that's a very positive thing. So keep in mind, with all of these transits, these are literally, I mean, these are years in the making in some sense, but the last 6 months of work that you've been doing in these different areas has essentially finally come to some type of payoff, and it'll be something that you can see and something that you can feel. For Libra, this is going to be that there is a certain way in which over this last 6 months you have taken care of yourself, that you have improved your life, you've improved sort of the harmony and the quality of your day-to-day life, and because of that, what you'll be able to experience in relationships or bring to a relationship or receive from a relationship will be better. There's a certain way in which you've been taking care of yourself, and because of that, you're going to experience so much better connections with, whether it be romantically or whether it be in your friendships. And you're gonna be able to notice however it is that exactly that manifested. And for Scorpio, this is about your health. You're going to become more healthy in some way, more regulated in some way. And it was by allowing yourself to finally express and follow kind of a passion that you've had that you didn't know exactly how to bring to the surface, something that you didn't know if you could say, if you wanted to say. And so it's a very powerful transit for you guys. This one is going to be, it's going to feel good because it'll feel as though just by following your dream just a little bit, you became healthier, more vibrant, and more excited about your day-to-day life. For Sagittarius, this for you guys is, there's a certain way in which by being able to create a sense of comfort for yourself and possibly for your family as well, by being able to engage in kind of the like a sense of nostalgia, the return home in some way, shape, or form, you've been able to come to a place where your life feels like it's more hopeful, where it feels like you almost have like a younger sense of thinking and feeling this adventure of life. There's part of you that in a way, by maybe resolving a grudge, maybe it's by creating comfort for yourself and other people, you've been able to make life more exciting and just a lot better all around. Now, as for Capricorn, for you guys, this is pretty intense, because for you guys, it's almost like you will now feel a sense of stability in your life, especially emotional stability. And it's because of what it is that you communicated. And it's because of what it is that you allowed yourself finally, once and for all, to say. And I think that there may have been a lot of concern in the past 6 months that if you were to kind of say these different things, or if you were to communicate what you actually felt, that this would not only not create stability, it would create chaos in your life. And so sometimes there's like a rewarding reveal where it turns out that things are a little bit different than we assumed. Now, for Aquarius, for you guys, it's basically the way that you're thinking and the way that you're talking, not only to other people, but about yourself, has changed because of a certain level of investment that you have made in diligence and actually following a project, knowing that in the time that it's happening that no one was going to reward you for it, and that some people were even planning to condemn you for it. But your willingness to go on this adventure anyways is essentially leading you to a whole new you, an entirely mental new you. So it feels like for all of us in the zodiac, we are experiencing a very positive transit from what is, often viewed. Anytime you have Saturn or the North Node, there's a level of intensity here, but this is an intensely benefic transit in the sense that we're finally getting what it is that we've worked out this time for, if you've been putting in the work for those particular goals. So thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope that this has helped, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.